The phrase "No Child Left Behind" refers to federal legislation that enacts the theories of standard-based education reform. The act requires states to develop assessments in basic skills to be given to all students in certain grades if those states are to receive federal funding for schools. A recent documentary in which local resident Patrick Banker participated suggests that these tests may create unforeseen consequences. We spoke with Banker to learn more about the film.
If you're a Massachusetts resident with a school-age child, then you've probably heard of the Massachusetts Comprehensive Assessment System, better known as the MCAS. Needham resident and Northeastern student Patrick Banker recently did a documentary on the test, along with other students and faculty members at Northeastern University. The documentary is called Children Left Behind.
The MCAS is our No Child Left Behind test. And the wording from it doesn't stipulate a high-stakes test. The No Child Left Behind Act doesn't stipulate that. So a lot of states don't have that, but Massachusetts does. And I think one of the things that's happened is because of the high-stakes edition, that if you don't pass, you don't graduate, is that children have been left behind. Children have fallen through the cracks.
The documentary chronicles the experience of students around the state who are struggling with the tests.
There was one point where I just started crying because it got so stressful.
My sister and I were talking about the MCAS and how, she's like, you're never gonna pass that test because you just can't think straight and you just can't do it. And the moment that really made me realize, look, I'm gonna take that test and I'm going to get my diploma was when she said, look, Astrid, you're just not smart enough to pass the test. And at the moment, can we stop for a second?
I think that it was a hurdle, an obstacle that they had to pass. And for example, Shannon never overcame her obstacle, and she's not going to get her high school diploma. I mean, that's a pretty big deal. Their life is in question. I mean, pretty much. If you don't graduate from high school, I mean, that's just a black mark on your resume.
Shannon McDermott and Astrid Janot's stories are just two of the many different student experiences chronicled in the film. And although the documentary highlights the experiences of students who are struggling with the test, Needham schools rank well above state benchmarks with a very high performance, the best rating a school district can receive.
Just because Needham doesn't scores particularly well, I mean, we're a very wealthy town, it sort of begs the question of to what degree are you responsible to your fellow man who's worse off than you? And I think in this instance, it's Needham's job as an exemplary community to lead the charge.
For more information about Children Left Behind, visit their website at www.childrenleftbehind.com. The documentary can be viewed in Needham at the First Parish Church on October 25th at 7 p.m.
What I would really want from somebody who watched the film is not to be pro or anti-MCAS, but to think about it, to consider the issue a little more closely, because it's $1 million industry. I mean, we're putting a lot of money into it as a state. A lot of your tax-paying money is going there. And any time that you have something that affects your pocketbook and your children, I think it's something that should really be closely considered.
For the Needham Channel News, I'm Natalie Guthrie.